Hey gang, it's good to be back after being away for a couple of weeks. I had the honor of being in Branson for the DYD conference, and also had the privilege of preaching the Spiritual Emphasis Week at First Assembly Christian School in Cordova, as well as preaching this past Sunday at First Assembly of God in Dyer. And I just want to thank everybody that was in those services for the honor of ministering and hopefully speaking something into your life. Today I want to just share a real quick thought about something the Holy Spirit has been dealing with me about. I've been feeling the call of the Lord to become a yes man. Now typically that has kind of a negative vibe, a negative connotation in church circles and leadership circles because it kind of communicates somebody that doesn't really think for themselves or doesn't have an opinion. They just go along with what everybody says. But when you really think about it, when it comes to God's kingdom and as it relates to our connection to Jesus, that's what He's wanting. He's wanting some people that will just be willing to say yes. Whatever it is you want me to do, I'll say yes to that. And I felt the Holy Spirit challenging me on a daily basis to listen for Him, to listen to His voice, to really try to tune in, and whatever He asks me to do or whatever I sense He's asking me to do, to say yes to that. You might remember me talking a couple of weeks ago in one of these videos about the servants at the wedding where Jesus turned the water into wine, and they simply had to say yes. They just had to do what He asked. They had to pour the water in and dip out the wine. And I believe that the Lord wants to speak to you students, to you youth pastors, to you kids pastors, to you parents, to you leaders. I believe the Lord wants to speak throughout the day to us. And I believe that He is, if we will listen, giving us opportunities to witness His great miracles. All that we have to do is say yes and step in obedience. So I want to present a challenge to you over the next couple of weeks. Would you be willing throughout your day to ask the Lord to speak to you, to ask Him to give you some instruction? And then whatever it is, no matter how uncomfortable it may be, no matter how awkward it may feel, no matter how nervous it might make you, would you be willing to just say yes to that? Even if you're saying, well, I'm not sure if that's the Lord wanting me to speak to that person or not, or I'm not sure if that's the Lord wanting me to give that amount of money or not. Really, can you go wrong by sharing the love of Jesus with someone? Can you go wrong by giving an encouraging word? Can you go wrong by giving generously with your finances? Absolutely not. And so can we, for the next couple of weeks, take the challenge of I'm going to say yes, whatever it is, I'm going to say yes. And I'm going to listen and believe that in my yes, I'm going to start seeing God moments happen all around me. That's what I'm hunting for. I'm on the hunt for God moments in my everyday life, for the little miracles to occur, the little moments where man, the Holy Spirit just did something significant in that person's life or in my situation. So let's be yes people this week. And what I would love to happen is if you wouldn't mind sharing some of your yes man stories with me via Facebook. I believe that we are stepping into a season in the Tennessee district where we're going to see God move incredibly in our personal everyday life. Students in your school, youth pastors in your everyday interaction, kids pastors, and in some of the most common mundane aspects of your life, God's about to do some extraordinary things. So how about it? Let's all become yes men.